Welcome to Critic Cup of Fast Tide Production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Izuko. And today we have a special guest on our call-out session on creativity and you. Amanda is an educator of young children for over 12 years with a passion in education and creativity. She believes that everyone has creative capacities. Her mission is to empower children through their unique creative gifts, helping children believe in themselves through connection. Amanda began writing children's books to enhance the written and unwritten curriculum in elementary schools. Through years of experience, she noticed that children need support in expressing themselves and in mindful ways. A yoga and mindfulness enthusiast, she uses her knowledge of yoga and mindful practices to guide her stories and get kids up and moving on a deeper level. She's a woman who wears many hats, with a BA in political science, B.Ed in elementary education, M.Ed specializing in creativity and technology, Reiki master, yoga for young children instructor, artist, mom, author, illustrator, and teacher. She also runs a small art-based business, teaching art workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amanda Cottrell to the show.
Hello.
Yay!
I'm so happy to be here.
At first it felt like I was reading the Bible somewhere there, right? Oh, welcome to the show, Amanda. You're welcome. We're happy to have you here today, and we're going to have so much fun together. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
But I know how busy you are, and you made out time to be here with us today. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was a busy week at school, but it was good to.
School is a whole new story now. It is. And congratulations on your achievements. I'm so proud of you. You're dynamic, you're strong, you're passionate about what you do. Now tell us, how has believe, create, inspire helped you change the lives of these children positively in mindful ways and practices guiding them towards a deeper level?
Well, I think one of the things that really helps my students, because I am a teacher, is them seeing me as an actual author and illustrator, and that I actually create art as well. So many times as teachers, we just tell them, oh, go do this or go do that, but they don't see you as being an actual person that actually writes. So when they're journaling, the other day they were like, why aren't you journaling too? And I said, well, I do journal at home. I'm always journaling, and I have a journal. But right now I'm being the teacher. I'm putting my teacher hat on, and I'm walking around to help you. They see me as an actual writer, being creative and using creativity on my own time has really helped the kids become inspired and them start to think of themselves as actual writers. I have kids right now who are taking their journals home with them, and they're writing at night and then bringing it back. And then they're like, oh, you read this? And they put it on my desk, and they've got all these amazing creative stories that I think it's really important for teachers to recognize that if you want kids to write, well, you have to write too.
That's right.
Yeah. Sometimes being collaborative is something amazing, and you can be creative together. And sometimes writing stories together can turn into something totally amazing. One of the things that I love is when I have a really strong writer and a really strong drawer, and they want to work together. And so one of them will write and one of them will draw, and then they'll create this amazing book together. And so I love when that happens in the classroom, where they'll have time to write together and draw, and they just become, they use each other's strengths, right? And that's what we want to teach them, so that when they're adults, they seek out friends who they're like, oh, I can use this person's strength for that.
And I can imagine how excited you are every morning going to school.
Well, I'm definitely happy to be back in the classroom. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I miss the kids so much.
Real students, face to face, you know?
Yeah, with real students face to face, not just through a computer screen. It's been so like a breath of fresh air to be back, for sure. And one thing I was going to add on to that, when kids work together, they don't even understand the skills that they're building in collaboration and social skills as well, and their ability to compromise, right? So when you collaborate on something, it really is teaching them so many skills that are not necessarily directly taught in school, but are so valuable.
Thank you for sharing that with us today. Thank you. All right, so tell us, you are able to guide children through practical steps that can help them towards discovering where their inner strength lies with creativity. How has this unique skill helped you as an individual?
Well, I'm a super creative person, but one thing that it's really helped me with too is to recognize that everyone has creative capacities. So one time it made me really sad. I had this parent come in and it was parent-teacher interviews and they said, "Well, my kid's not creative." And they said, "Well, what do you mean?" They're like, "Well, they can't draw." And I said, just because they can't draw doesn't mean that they're not creative.
That's
They
right.
could be super creative in computer programming, or they could be super creative in sports, or they could be super creative in their ability to combine their friends and make up games. You have no idea how creative your child is until you let them have the opportunity to be creative. So just parents even saying that, and I think so many people think from their experience in school is that if I can't draw or I can't paint, then I'm not creative, and that's so not true. So I think my ability especially with technology, because I have a master's in education technology, is to use technology for kids to be creative. So maybe a kid can't draw, but maybe they can do some really amazing coding, or they can do some really amazing video work or photography, or there's so many different ways that students can show their creative capacity, especially right now with the use of technology and what a powerful tool it is.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. And being creative, like you said, is not all about drawing or even writing. Even storytelling is creative.
Absolutely. Storytelling or fashion design or even designing websites. People are using they use creativity every day and they don't even recognize that they are using it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's really good. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Thank you. All right. So, can you tell us a bit more about art, mindfulness, and creativity? As an educator and teacher for over 12 years, how has your expertise in this space helped inspire and nurture children's imaginative creative capabilities via yoga and mindful practices?
One of the things that I practice yoga a lot, but I started to notice in the classroom that kids are so bouncy and they need. And when I started teaching, people weren't talking about mindfulness, or they weren't talking about ways to get grounded and to get focused. We were just like trying to. And so through my mindfulness practice, I have learned so many different techniques to help myself be mindful, or to even recognize how to be grateful for things and what you can find that you're grateful for. That's even a type of mindfulness practice. And so teaching kids how to be grateful is sometimes something that's really hard because they don't recognize that they are so lucky to live where they live, where they can go to school, where they have clean water, where they have access to food every day. All of those things are something that so much of the world's population doesn't have, and yet we are so lucky to have them where we have them. So that piece has really, really come in, but also the mindfulness and yoga piece. So nobody was practicing yoga when they were practicing yoga, but it wasn't as prominent and as known when I first started teaching. And so now kids, they know the poses. We were doing different yoga poses and I'd be like, okay, what pose should we do next? And then somebody would raise their hand and they'd pick a pose, and I'm teaching grade 5, so they're only 9, 10 years old. They all know the poses. They're like, we're doing tree pose. Okay, we're doing this pose. One of my poses like, can we do one of the headstand poses? And I was like, no. Today we're going to try crow pose. So I had them all out in the field trying crow pose and like rolling around in the grass.
Is there like a favorite pose that they love to do each time you're having this in school?
Yeah, they love all the poses, but the partner poses are their favorite. They love the partner poses, and so I've written 3 books on yoga for kids.
I should learn yoga. I should do that, really. Come to
Yeah.
your class actually for yoga. Oh,
Well,
that's
it's even funny when the other teachers start to try it because they're like,
here we
"How
go.
are they doing
Go. No, we should do something like yoga session for teachers and friend of teachers.
Yeah. How to bring yoga into your classroom. You can do it anytime. Well, even I'll be like, okay, we need to calm down. We're too crazy in the classroom. And so now I've taught them some strategies, or they remember strategies because I taught some of them in grade 3. So they'll hold out their hand and they'll be like, okay, breathe in, breathe
Okay.
out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And it's called 5-finger breathing at breath, but you would be amazed at how if we just stick our hands out and we do that breath work, the energy in the room just calms right down, and they become so much more focused just by controlling their breath. Like, why don't we teach kids how to control their breath and how to recognize when you're getting angry, maybe I just need to take a step back and breathe. Or when I'm getting too crazy in the classroom, now they have that strategy of 5-finger breathing, but it's taken them to grade 5 to learn that.
I'm gonna have to learn yoga after this.
I know the best teachers, the best yoga teachers in the city, so I'll tell you which classes to go to.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. All right, we're still on the show Critic Up of Fast Tide Production, and this is our call out session on creativity and you. And today we do have a super duper special guest here with us. Amanda Cottrell is our special guest. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And Amanda, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. All right. So tell us, teaching is not just about guiding the students, but also learning along with them, which we kind of talked about a little bit earlier now. But how are you able to set goals and achieve them? This will help inspire children and students out there who need some kind of boost and daily dose of creative inspiration to get by.
I think sometimes we really have to be mindful about what goal we're setting, right? So sometimes I don't reach my goals right away, and that's okay by the timeline that I'm setting it for. Yeah. So, for example, this summer I had a goal to publish 2 books that I was working on, but I only got one of them finished, and that's okay, because I have more time in the summer, so I always am like working. But it was also a book that I was collaborating with one of the authors that I had already worked with. Her name's April Dawn, and her jewelry business was going off like crazy. So I was like, "Don't worry, we will find time to finish this other book, and when the time's right, we'll finish it." Yeah. But just because we didn't finish it this summer, that's okay. To just be gentle with yourself when maybe you didn't achieve that specific thing that you wanted, but you're still, as long as you're still taking baby steps to achieve it, that's right. Then that's all that matters, because sometimes life gets in the way. Like maybe a family member gets sick, or I remember one time I had all these plans, and then my grandma fell and broke her hip, and I was like, everything went out the window, and we're just gonna focus on this for a bit. So recognizing too when those things come up, but also you have to work on little things to achieve your goals each day. I actually wrote a article about this, and maybe all you can achieve that day or that week is one Instagram post about your business or about whatever, and that's okay. If that's all that gets done that week, that's okay, as long as you're doing a little tiny bit every day, baby steps. Because maybe you're a mom of a toddler and you want to start a business, and you're like, but my baby is taking over my entire life. And that's okay, you'll get there when the time's meant to happen, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's really wonderful. That's so encouraging, because I mean, being a mom is already a full-time job, you know. So if you're setting goals, you have to set goals around your life as a mom, because those things factor into the goal setting, you know? Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't beat myself up anymore. I will.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Sometimes things take way longer than you think. Like my first book took me 4 years to finally get published. And so, and it was more because I had all this learning to do along the way that I underestimated how long it would take me to do it.
That's right.
Right. And so, but eventually I did achieve that goal. And then within that goal, I then published 8 books in 4 years. So,
Oh, wow, there we go.
so yeah.
All right, so tell us, with your several expertise in publishing, writing, coaching, teaching, workshop leader, yoga instructor, amongst many others, how do you feel about where you are right now in terms of what you have achieved? And how did all these help you to discover your passion, who you are, and what you have become?
One of the things that really helped me achieve where I am is surrounding myself with people who are doing the same thing. I might not have an expertise in some area, but when I surround myself with like-minded entrepreneurs, then I'm able to find people who may have that expertise that I'm seeking that I don't necessarily have. So I really think like your vibe attracts your tribe.
Oh,
And so as you start to seek out your goals, you will find this new tribe that is cheering you on and there for you and helping you reach your goals and helping send you in the right direction.
we're really inspired with all the information that you're sharing with us today. And amongst all, we're happy to have you here with us today. So thank you. Thank you so much for answering that question for us today. We're still on the show Critica, a Fast Light production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Izuko. And today we do have a special guest on our call out session on creativity and you. Amanda Cottrell is our special guest. And Amanda, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. All right. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's go over to our next question here. So tell us, what are your next big steps? Where are all of these taking you to? Where do you see yourself excelling into from here? We've talked a lot about your accomplishments. Do you have any fears and challenges?
So I do want to start writing for adults, which is why I started writing for a magazine. Actually, I started writing for 2 online magazines, which is fantastic. So that gives me a little taste into writing for adults, but also I want to start speaking at events, which is something that I really feel a passion for, but it also terrifies me because I talk in front of like 30 kids every day, but it's not the same as talking in front of your peers and talking in front of people who are intellectual, who have different interests. Like kids are always like so interested in the things I have to say. So that is one big step that I'd like to move into is writing for adults and speaking, which I'm terrified of. But also I need to learn how to market better too. That is something that I think every entrepreneur and creative struggles with is there's so many creative, amazing people out there, but unless people are able to see you and know about you, then they never know how amazing you are. And so what I really want to do as well is to start another goal is to start a publishing company for kids to help kids get their books published on Amazon as well. So I just haven't quite figured out how to do that yet, where they like set it up with their parents and do their illustrations and get a real book live on Amazon where we can show kids that they can be true authors even at a really young age. But the thought of like figuring out the legalities and like
Don't worry,
diving into
it will
that.
come together. It will come together. Trust me, it's gonna come. It will happen.
It will when it's meant to. Though when the time's right, that goal will come.
That's right. That's right. All right. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. So tell us, you have lots of kids' books collection, and which is so amazing. And you've done articles, you've done podcasts, illustrations, events, and workshops, courses that you teach as well, and other free resources column on your website. We would love to know more about all of this. Where can we go to see all of this? And I'm sure a lot of people out there are eager to know you more and also what you do. How can we reach out to you for collaborations or partnerships? We're all interested in getting to know you more.
Well, there's a contact me link on my website, and my website is www.artmindfulnessandcreativity.com. And then also on social media, on Facebook, I'm Art Mindfulness and Creativity, and on Instagram as well, Art Mindfulness on Creativity. So Instagram or Facebook is the best, or my website.
Okay, that's good. We'll take note of that. That is really good.
All right, we're still on the show Critical of Fast Production, and this is our call out session on creativity and you. And today we have a special guest with us. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And our special guest today is Amanda Cottrell. Amanda, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. Yay.
Before I let you go, I want us to play a game together. It's just for fun. So, okay. Okay. So let's pretend you are in a beauty pageant competition. Okay. And you emerged among the first 3 winners. Look at that. Okay. And you've been called upon to choose your prize. So you get to pick what your prize is going to be. Okay. So based on your passion, what you do and how you do it, I'm going to read out 4 options for you, and you're going to choose your prize. Okay. All right. Okay. So the first one is, your first prize is a luxury condo with a brand new car. Okay, that's the first prize. And the second option here is a first class ticket to any destination, any day, anytime. Okay. And the third option is a mentorship program with kids in helping them to explore their creative capabilities, or a writer in residence position for our children's hospital. That's the third prize. And the fourth option here is a private jet with a built-in yoga facility. So tell us, what are you going to choose? What's going to be that prize?
Well, all of them sound amazing. But I really think I would choose the mentorship program, because it would just have so much more impact on people. All the other ones are pretty selfish. As much as I would love it, unless I could take all of the kids from the children's hospital onto the private jet and do yoga with them on there in my class. But I really think that would be pretty amazing, because one of my goals is to empower kids and to teach them to be global citizens that aren't completely self-absorbed. So, and to really take care of the environment, and to view themselves as creatives, and to view themselves as empowered. So I would choose number 3.
Oh, that is so amazing. You just won my heart right now, honestly. I was expecting you to choose that, because I know you're passionate about helping children, you're passionate about what you do, and I don't think there could be anything better than going for that mentorship program and being a writer in residence. It's awesome. It's amazing. Yeah. It's an amazing feeling. Well, you know, a brand new car and a luxury condo is not a bad idea either. So
no, it wouldn't be.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Thank you for sharing all these beautiful creative insights with us today. I want you to keep working on that project about children's author and publishing, and one day it's gonna all come together. And yeah, that's something that we all look forward to seeing someday. And yeah, yes. Thank you for coming to the show, and you have a wonderful day here. Okay?
Thank you. It's been so wonderful to be on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.